Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotional for you this Wednesday. I'm going to start with another reading from Sarah Arthur's 1 Year Daily Grind, and the subject of this one is you. It's the story of your life. Whether we like it or not, our lives are stories that other people are reading. Each of us is a book with a beginning, a middle, and an end. When people read that book, what do they learn? What would they say is the purpose of that book? What's the defining theme? Well, if the title of my life is Christian, if that's the identity I've chosen as a follower of Jesus, then the purpose or theme of my story should be the same as John's in his gospel. It should be to show people who Jesus is, to point others to God. This goes for my words, actions, goals, obligations, spending habits, relationships, and everything in between. If none of those things match my title, the people reading the book of my life will complain that my inner chapters don't live up to the promise of Christian. Instead, they'll say I should be titled Bookworm, or Shopaholic, or Whiner. Catch those readers in a bad mood, and they might simply settle for hypocrite and call it a day. When other people read the story of your life, when they observe you going about your day, a living and breathing book, what are they learning? How can you craft and shape the manuscript of who you are so that it accomplishes the purpose you've stated in the title? Because your title is a promise. It means your inner material should match what you say up front about yourself. And if it doesn't, take it from me, a writer, your readers have every reason to put the book down. Saints, what is the story of your life? What kind of story is your life telling? I think Sarah makes a great point here that when people look at us, they get a real quick impression of what matters to us. When people watch the way that we behave, the way that we talk to others, the way that we prioritize our time or our money or our energy, they get a real good idea of what matters most to us. And for some of us who say that we're Christians, who call ourselves followers of Jesus, people might look at us and wonder what we're really saying. Because our actions, our behaviors, our speech, our relationships, our finances don't really look all that different from other people who don't call themselves Christian. And so if that's the case, then they've got to kind of wonder, what does it mean to follow Jesus if it doesn't change anything about the way that we live? Whereas what Sarah is trying to encourage us in is recognizing that actually should mean something. It should mean a big something. If we follow Jesus, it should be visible in our lives. It should change our interactions with other people. It should change what we put on our calendars. It should change where we invest our money. It should change the way that we care about the people around us. And when it doesn't, sometimes people will call us out on that. They might call us hypocrites. I remember there was a girl in one of my college classes who had a little button on her backpack that said, "I like Jesus. I can't stand his fan club." And I think what really had gotten to her was the hypocrisy that she saw in certain people who called themselves Christian, but who didn't live like Jesus lived, who didn't do what they saw Jesus do. I think if the story of our life is going to point toward Jesus in a way that's compelling to other people, in a way that really helps them know and understand and grow to love Jesus, then our lives have to look different from the people who don't follow that story. Saints, that's your devotional for this week. I hope it's helpful and worth thinking about. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. I'll be praying for you. Please keep praying for me, and I will see you again soon. Y'all take care.